If you watched yesterday, you saw it was very emotional. Dr. Oz shared with the audience the results of his colonoscopy, and those results were pretty scary. Joining us live right now via satellite from New York is Dr. Mehmet Oz. Hi, Dr. Oz. It's great to see you again.
Hi, Alicia. I loved having you in New York. Thanks for visiting.
Well, you know, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for being such a great host when we were there. Now, you and I did not talk about this colonoscopy when I was there. I think you were wanting to not overshadow your daughter's wedding with some pretty difficult news, but tell us now, what exactly happened with that colonoscopy?
Well, I turned 50, as you know, Alicia, this summer, and like most 50-year-olds, I started thinking about the things I ought to be doing, my checklist of health ideas. And one of them is to get your colonoscopy. So I went off and got it. And I was shocked to find, halfway through the procedure, that the doctor was looking at a big precancerous polyp. Now, these polyps will turn oftentimes to cancer if you don't take them out. If they're taken out in time, as happened with me, then you're safe. But it dawned on me that I had no risk factors. And like many people watching right now, I didn't think at all that it was possible that I would have this polyp. I was just checking the box. But in fact, I had the polyp. And so if I can have it, you can have it. And so I thought to myself, what better way to start off the season? Because this year, as you know, it's not just about what to do, it's how to actually do it. Take you from knowledge to actually an understanding that you be catalyzed, motivated to make a difference in your life. And so we're trying to tell this story, and it was out of character of our show to a certain extent, because it was a little bit of a scary show. But I want people to remember this and emotionally connect to how important these screening tests are.
Well, and that reminds me of something that you and I chatted about in New York. You were saying people don't respond to what they think, they respond to what they feel. And I was amazed last night. I DVR'd it and I watched your audience was in tears. I mean, you've got to feel good that perhaps you've gotten through to even more people by sharing this very personal experience.
Well, I debated for a short period of time what to do with the information. And part of the reason I shared it was, the trepidation, by the way, was that I thought people might look at this and say, you know what, if Oz is doing all the right things and he gets a pop, why bother doing those things? But in fact, doing the right thing includes getting tested. And the reality is that I know that people are going to be a little bit unsettled by the experience of me having this pop. And the show tries to do that on purpose so that you're not going to forget about what we just talked about when the show goes off the air. That you can talk to the people that you love and emphasize how important it is that they do not just the colonoscopy, but the other 5 tests that we know are critical that you need to understand. By the way, those are all on DrOz.com. They're on your website. I want people to be able to get these tests inexpensively or for free and be able to live a longer life because they know their numbers.
And very quickly, Dr. Oz, in the short time we have left, there are several people at this station watching right now who have not gotten their age-appropriate colonoscopy. I know there are people at home watching right now who have put it off. What's your advice to people who are trying to convince their friends and loved ones to go ahead and do this?
Most of the screening tests that we do will tell you you've got a problem, but they don't cure the problem. The reason that I love colonoscopies, and it's my first one ever, but the reason it's so important, especially at age 50, earlier if you have a family history, is to get them, is it can cure the problem at the same time it diagnoses it. So when you leave the doctor's office, you are done. You will not get colon cancer, and that's a big, big advantage over other tests.
Dr. Oz, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. It's good to see you again. And, of course, you can see